The Tuskegee Experiment of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male, informally referred to as the Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment, the Tuskegee Syphilis Study, the Tuskegee Study of Untreated Syphilis in the African American Male, the U.S. Public Health Service Syphilis Study at Tuskegee, or the Tuskegee Experiment, was an unethical natural history study conducted between 1932 and 1972 by the United States Public Health Service and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The purpose of this study was to observe the natural history of untreated syphilis. The African American men who participated in the study were told that they were receiving free health care from the federal government of the United States. The Public Health Service started the study in 1932 in collaboration with Tuskegee University, then the Tuskegee Institute, a historically black college in Alabama. In the study, investigators enrolled a total of 600 impoverished African American sharecroppers from the Macon County, Alabama. Of these men, 339 had latent syphilis, with a control group of 201 men who were not infected. As an incentive for participation in the study, the men were promised free medical care but were deceived by the PHS, Public Health Services, who never informed subjects of their diagnosis and disguised placebos, ineffective methods, and diagnostic procedures as treatment. The men were initially told that the study was going to last only 6 months, but it was extended to 40 years. After funding for treatment was lost, the study was continued without informing the men that they would never be treated. None of the infected men were treated with penicillin, despite the facts that by 1947 the antibiotic was widely available and had become the standard treatment for syphilis. The study continued under numerous public health service supervisors until 1972, when it leaked to the press resulted in termination on November 16th of that year. The study caused the deaths of 128 of its participants, either directly from syphilis or from related complications. The 40-year Tuskegee study was a major violation of ethical standards and has been cited as arguably the most infamous biomedical research study in U.S. history. Its revelation to the 1979 Belmont Report and to the establishment of the Office for Human Research Protections and federal laws and regulations requiring institutional review boards for the protection of human subjects and studies involving them. The OHRP manages this responsibility within the United States Department of Health and Human Services. Its revelation has also been an important cause of distrust in the medical science and the U.S. government against African Americans. On May 16, 1997, about 15 years later, then President Bill Clinton, formally apologized on behalf of the United States to victims of the study, calling it shameful and racist. He quotes, "What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence," he said. "We can stop turning our heads away. We can look at you in the eye and finally say on behalf of the American people, what the United States government did was shameful, and I'm sorry." But still, it's not enough. Thank you once again. If you learned anything, please comment below what you learned. If you liked the video, please share it with your friends. Have a wonderful night.
Oh no, oh no, a ghost goes right on the women's act when it's a oh no, oh no, oh no, a ghost goes right on the women's act. Brother Noah, my God's talking right on the women's